must state that for safety, honesty and cautious reasons, the information in this video was gathered through research on the internet. I am not telling you to do anything in particular. Your choices are of your own volition. Seek medical advice for further knowledge. What is the endocrine system? The endocrine system is a complex network of glands and organs that produce and release hormones which act as chemical messengers to regulate various bodily functions. These hormones travel through the bloodstream and influence almost every cell, organ and function in the body. They also include growth, development, metabolism and reproduction. Hormones as chemical messengers. Maybe you don't know this, but your hormones are the chemical messengers of the endocrine system, carrying instructions from one set of cells to another faster than you might realise. Metabolism. The endocrine system regulates the metabolism in your body, which involves the chemical processes in the body that convert the food you eat into energy. Growth and development. The natural human growth hormone and thyroid hormones influence growth, bone development and overall development of the body. Reproduction. Hormones like testosterone and estrogen are essential for male and female reproductive processes. Stress response. The body's steroid hormone cortisol helps the body respond to stress. This is released by the adrenal glands. Check out the previous video for a detailed explanation of the cortisol hormone. What are the key endocrine glands? Several glands and organs are part of the endocrine system. These work in conjunction with the body's nervous system. We'll start with the pituitary gland. Located at the base of the brain, it produces many different hormones that regulate other endocrine glands. Next, we will move on to the hypothalamus. Located in the region of the brain that controls the pituitary gland and your blood pressure also. The thyroid gland. This is situated in the neck. It produces hormones that regulate the metabolism. Maybe you've heard people mention the thyroid gland more than once. They'll say, oh, I've got an overreactive thyroid. These people might be suffering from increased heart rate, nervousness, anxiety, mood swings, difficulty sleeping, sensitivity to heat, and also trouble with weight loss. Now think back for a second. You have, haven't you? Oh, I've got an overreactive thyroid. They'll probably say it exactly like that as well. Now, I says that because I've heard it more than once myself. Some things are just more common than you think. You don't realise, but when you think back, then you start to notice. Communication with the nervous system. The endocrine system works in coordination with the nervous system to control various bodily functions. Feedback loops. The endocrine system uses feedback loops to maintain balance and regulate hormone levels. While there are many parts of the body which make hormones, the major glands that make up the endocrine system are as follows. So we've got the hypothalamus, we've got the pituitary gland, the thyroid gland, parathyroids, you've got the pineal body, the ovaries, adrenal glands and the testes. There you have the list of the endocrine glands that you'll find in the body, and these need looking after. Without the endocrine system, you can't survive. What are the three main functions of the endocrine system? Well, it sends hormones into the bloodstream, but before it does that, it will have to regulate the release of these hormones. It also makes hormones for mood, development and growth within the body. Now, as you see, many different vital hormones are created and controlled within the endocrine system. It's a very important part of your body. So how do you take care of the endocrine system? First off, you need to stay at a healthy weight. Eat healthy foods and get plenty of exercise. Make sure all your GPs and healthcare providers know about the hormones you're taking when you go for checkups and consultations. Try to include iodine in your diet. It can help prevent thyroid problems, but you don't want to overdo it. And excess in iodine can bring on problems. Also, a deficiency of iodine can bring on problems as well. So it's catch-22. So you want to be aiming for just in the middle. Too much of anything can bring on trouble. Everything in moderation. So don't overdo it when it comes to the iodine implementation. What is endocrinology? This is a branch of physiology and medicine that specializes in diagnosing and treating disorders of the endocrine system, which includes the glands and organs that make hormones. What is the treatment for endocrinology? Treatment may involve medication to rebalance hormones and treat repeating symptoms. Remove the X's and replace with the appropriate letters. The treatment may involve those listed below for patients with tumours of the endocrine glands, or even surgery to completely remove a tumour on a gland that is affecting hormone production. The most common hormonal disorders are, we'll start with diabetes. Diabetes is one of the most common hormonal disorders throughout the world these days. Polycystic ovary syndrome, PCOS. This is the main cause of infertility, and excess of androgen hormones disrupts the fertility process. How does diabetes affect the endocrine system? Diabetes significantly impacts the endocrine system, primarily by affecting the pancreas and its ability to produce and utilize insulin. It also influences other glands and hormones involved in glucose regulation and metabolism. Here's a more detailed explanation. The pancreas and insulin. Diabetes disrupts the normal function of the pancreas, the organ responsible for producing insulin and glycogen, both crucial for regulating blood sugar levels. Type 1 diabetes. The body's immune system attacks and destroys the insulin producing beta cells in the pancreas, leading to a lack of insulin. Moving on to type 2 diabetes. The body either doesn't produce enough insulin or the cells become resistant to its effects, leading to high blood sugar levels. What's the insulin's role in all this? The insulin acts like a key, unlocking cells to allow glucose from the bloodstream to enter and be used for energy. When the body doesn't have enough insulin, or the cells don't respond to it, the glucose builds up in the bloodstream, leading to high blood sugar levels and hyperglycemia. The adrenal glands. Diabetes can disrupt the function of the adrenal glands, which produce hormones like cortisol, affecting stress responses and metabolism. Pituitary gland. Diabetes can affect the production and release of growth hormone, which plays a role in metabolism and growth. Thyroid gland. Diabetes can also suppress the thyroid hormones, T3 and T4, which affect metabolism and your body's energy levels. The consequences of endocrine imbalances. Metabolic dysregulation. Imbalances in insulin and other hormones can lead to various metabolic problems, including weight fluctuations, cholesterol level changes, and increased potential of cardiovascular disease. Neurological effects. Diabetes can affect the nervous system, leading to nerve damage, neuropathy, and other neurological issues. Other health complications of these imbalances. Diabetes can also affect other organs and systems, leading to kidney damage, vision loss, and foot problems. Diabetes significantly alters the normal functioning of the endocrine system, primarily through its impact on insulin production and the utilization of the pancreas. Its effects on other endocrine glands and hormones ultimately lead to a multitude of other metabolic and health complications. Signs of an unhealthy endocrine system. You'll be seeing weight loss or weight gain, increased fatigue, you'll be feeling a lot of weakness, and mood swings. Blood sugar levels will change, feeling too hot or cold regularly, frequent urination, and increased hunger or continued thirst. Which gland is known as the master gland? The gland known as the master gland is the pituitary gland. It's located at the base of the brain and is crucial for regulating many bodily functions by releasing hormones that control other endocrine glands. What drink balances out the hormones? Chamomile tea is a soothing and calming beverage that has been used for centuries to promote relaxation and improve sleep quality. Many people are unaware that chamomile tea is a great example of a hormone and blood sugar balancing drink. Here's a few other drinks to balance out the hormones. Lemon water. Lemon is rich in vitamin C, which is crucial for the adrenal health. Healthy adrenal glands help manage cortisol, the stress hormone, potentially reducing fatigue, anxiety, and hormonal imbalances. Red raspberry leaf tea. This tea has been traditionally used for women's health, especially for menstrual cycle regularity and supporting hormonal balance. Peppermint tea. This tea is said to increase estrogen and it can reduce hormonal acne. Spearmint tea is known for reducing excess androgens, which can be helpful for conditions like PCOS, polycystic ovary syndrome, and its associated signs, signals, and symptoms. What is PCOS? A more detailed explanation. This is polycystic ovary syndrome, which is a hormonal disorder that affects how a woman's ovaries work. It's characterized by a irregular menstruation cycle, excess androgens, which are male hormones, and polycystic ovaries, which may contain fluid-filled sacs. Right, so let's get back to the drinks, which will balance out the hormones. Hibiscus tea. This special tea may help regulate hormones and alleviate menstrual discomfort. Orange juice. Some sources suggest low carbohydrate diets can lead to hormonal imbalances. Orange juice, which is rich in vitamin C and other nutrients, may be a beneficial addition to your diet. What is hormonal belly? Hormonal belly refers to abdominal weight gain that are primarily caused by fluctuations or imbalances in the hormones. This can include weight gain around the abdomen due to low levels of the sex hormones like estrogen and testosterone, or elevated levels of other hormones like cortisol, leptin, or insulin. The causes and the signs. Conditions like the menopause, hypothyroidism, polycystic ovary syndrome, and the Cushing syndrome can all contribute to hormonal belly by altering hormonal levels. The menopause. As women age and estrogen levels decline, it can lead to changes in fat metabolism and increase abdominal fat storage, sometimes referred to as menopausal belly. Cortisol. High levels of cortisol, the stress hormone, can also lead to abdominal fat accumulation. Check out the previous video for details on cortisol release and regulation. Regulating a hormonal belly. Diet and exercise. A healthy diet and regular exercise are crucial for managing hormonal belly and improving overall health. Lifestyle changes. Managing stress, prioritizing sleep and making other lifestyle changes can help regulate hormonal levels, which could reduce fat storage. If you have hormonal belly, it's essential to consult with your GP to determine the underlying cause and discuss the appropriate options, which may include medication or hormone treatments. If the endocrine system fails, various problems can arise, including issues with growth and development, metabolism, libido function, and mood changes. Hormone imbalances, either too high or too low, can lead to a wide range of symptoms. Some common endocrine disorders include hyperthyroidism or hypothyroidism and diabetes, as stated earlier in the video. Differences between the two. What is hyperthyroidism? Hyperthyroidism is also known as an overreactive thyroid. This is a condition where the thyroid gland produces too much thyroid hormone. This excess hormone can lead to a variety of symptoms and potentially serious situations. What is hypothyroidism? Well, hypothyroidism is known as an underreactive thyroid. This is a condition where the thyroid gland does not produce enough thyroid hormones. These hormones regulate many bodily functions, and their deficiency can lead to a variety of symptoms, including fatigue, weight gain, and depression. More about the hormone imbalances. High or low hormone levels. This can disrupt various bodily functions, leading to things like fatigue, weakness, changes in heart rate, skin issues, and changes in blood sugar levels. The body's inability to respond to hormones. Even if hormone levels are normal, the body might not respond properly, causing issues with metabolism, growth, and development. Metabolic issues. This can lead to weight fluctuations, changes in cholesterol or blood glucose levels, and other metabolic disorders. Problems with growth and development. Hormone imbalances can affect growth in youngsters and adolescents, potentially leading to conditions like gigantism and dwarfism. Skeletal bone health. Imbalances in hormones like calcium can affect bone density and lead to bone fractures. Loss of the sex drive and function. Imbalances can affect libido and the sexual function in both men and women. How do GPs check the endocrine system? Blood tests involve taking a small sample of your blood to measure hormone levels and look for thyroid disease, thyroid tumours, problems with your parathyroid, adrenal glands, and pancreas. How is the endocrine system affected by age? Levels of most hormones decrease with age, but some hormones remain at levels typical of those in younger adults, and some even increase. Even when hormone levels do not decline, endocrine function generally declines with age because hormone receptors become less sensitive. What can mess up your endocrine system? People may be exposed to endocrine disruptors through food and beverages consumed, pesticides applied, and cosmetics used. In all essence, Your contact with these chemicals may occur through diet, air, skin and water. Even low doses of endocrine disrupting chemicals may be unsafe. If at any point you experience unexplained weight or mood changes, slowed growth in youth, infertility or other sexual issues, hyperglycemia or symptoms of other endocrine conditions, you should consult your GP or healthcare provider. Can we live without the endocrine system? If the endocrine system didn't exist, we would not be able to survive. So it's imperative that you take care of the endocrine system and avoid all different chemicals which could bring disruption to it. Good luck.